Thank you for joining the only podcast on the internet where you're part of the Roto, part of the chill session, so to speak. And today, joining us in our smoke circle, talking about movies, getting nerdy, is good old Roger.
Hello, Homer. It's a nice gloomy day outside, so I'm extra happy.
And Apollo God the freaking Sun.
You know what, Homer? Why do you always introduce Roger first? You think you're better than me, Roger?
You know what?
You know what?
It's time to
Stay tuned next week for the Fringe lineup announcement. Anyways, we have something very special going on for the month of April. We have a shit ton of reviews. I'm talking double features every week, video game reviews, movies, all that jazz.
If I'm
Fully loaded.
If I'm about right, it's about like half a dozen or so.
So basically, we're going to see about 6 movies, and at the end of the month, we're going to pick our favorite, let you guys know what it is. And we're basically calling this month Reviewapalooza, pretty much a Armageddon Hell in a Cell match of reviews.
And just picture JR commentating throughout all of it.
It's going to be a real slobber knocker. But this week, we're going to start off our show with trailers of the week.
Alright. And not so many this time, right?
Nope, but I think we maybe got arguably the biggest trailer of the year, Rogue One.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with the
very
horror
important.
one as a
Yeah,
joke.
yeah.
Oh,
for a
bye-bye,
second.
man. We'll get to the bye-bye man in a minute.
But yeah, no, Star Wars Rogue One. How many views does it have right now? Like
A shit ton. Not as much
7 billion?
Not as much as episode 7, of course, but it's up there. Probably
Yeah,
most viewed of the year, at least.
I was gonna say probably like the true, like more deeply affiliated Star Wars fans are probably gonna want to get more into, you know, just a little bit extra flavor in Star Wars to complete the trilogy.
Speaking of true and deep fans, a lot of not true fans have been hating on the fact that it's another female lead in a Star Wars movie, and I think that's just retarded.
That's just, I know, I was gonna say
Anti-feminism going on,
Clear.
which I agree with you though, Apollo. I'm digging another female lead because who knows, it could be a mother of Poe Dameron or someone in the future.
Yeah.
Who knows?
True. And plus, they already did Rey so great in Episode 7. I mean, I've seen I've seen male leads that were bigger bitches than actual like female leads. So like, I don't get why people even complain. I felt like Rey was cooler than Luke was.
Oh, I always
That's
like
a huge
Luke.
argument.
That's just
Cooler
me.
and more interesting.
Dude, maybe by the end of the trilogy, but at this point, we'll see. As a trailer, this was pretty intense. I loved the scene with Death Star sirens going off, and it's just showing all these sequences.
Dude, every time it goes off, it makes me laugh. It looks like it's some type of giant llama creature should be making that sound.
I know.
Oh, that sound gives me nostalgia, though.
I know, right?
That llama sound.
God damn it. No,
The llamas are coming.
I think I also want to point out that the director said the main character, I forget her name.
Rey 2.
Yeah, I know.
Rey 2.0.
She's not related to anyone in the Star Wars universe, so they just
that's
want to
cool.
point that out.
It's kind of sad they have to clarify that before.
Yeah,
the
I
film.
know. Everyone.
First trailer drops. She's not related to everyone.
Yeah.
Everybody shut up.
I hate how people always have to rely on the Skywalker thing. Have other people be in the spotlight, especially these people that are probably gonna die, most likely. I don't know.
Yeah, this is gonna be a brutal film. I really like that they didn't show off Vader in this trailer yet.
Briefly,
They're holding him.
you see him at the very. I think you see him. I think it briefly at one point
like
when he's
a
like
glance.
hunched over. Yeah, it doesn't really show anything.
They gotta keep
Nothing
their
really to
cards
say.
played close to their chest for those that don't know that Vader's going to be in this.
No,
film.
I know,
Dude,
right?
and I actually like that they're showing that the movie could stand on its own without Vader, which is pretty ballsy, and it worked for me.
Well,
I love the AT-ATs and all that.
I was gonna say all you have to show us is that ground point of view of the soldiers going up against the AT-ATs in a tropical Vietnam.
Dude, yeah, I was
Vietnam.
just gonna say that looked like Vietnam.
Dude, literally, the
Forrest
director...
Gump is in there in the background. You see it. I gotta go get Bubba.
I've got to find BB-8.
The director, David Ayer, literally said he's going for a Saving Private Ryan feel in like a Star Wars movie, so that's pretty exciting.
No, I was gonna say
Sorry.
that people always take for granted, like they always focus on the Jedis and stuff, but think about the normal soldier and the normal point of view of a normal person. Because like I hate to tell you, people always assume, oh, if it's Star Wars viewers, I'd love to be a Jedi. Well, you have 0.001% chance of
Don't
like
kill
being
our
a
dreams, Roger.
You know, I'm just saying, like you'll probably have to be like a normal person per se, and you'll go get you a really nice, good point of view on fighting is, I guess, like up close and personal in that sort of era.
Yeah, we didn't really see Jedi, but we saw like a ninja guy looking.
Oh yeah,
what was that?
Yeah, it was like some sort of like Buddhist monk or something. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I don't know. I'm really pumped for this movie. More pumped than I thought I would be. Especially because the main plot is them stealing plans for Death Star.
It's
but
violent.
another Death Star, man? What the hell?
Another Death Star movie? This is so derivative.
Yeah, you can't do another Star Wars movie with some big giant ball in there.
It looks really cool and all, but my main gripe right now is just the storyline of it. Like, we already know how this is gonna end, so
I do hate
what are they gonna do
when
to-
you have in between.
What are they gonna do to make it interesting?
It's like the final prequel if you think about it.
It's just
Yeah, and that was wicked awesome. Even though you knew what was gonna happen, they managed to fucking keep you on the edge of your seat the whole time. So I hope they do the same thing with this.
yeah.
I have faith.
And it also symbolizes like the first quote unquote victory that the rebels had. So it's like very symbolic, and it's I guess it gives you like we always seen more of the Clone Wars going on, like with the ship combat and with that Clone Wars animation thing. People really don't see too much like what's going on like with the rebels, except like recently with the like Rebels TV show per se. Just pointing out more respect towards that sort of era and show it more in a more CGI, or I mean not CGI. No, I didn't want to point it out. No, in a more technological advanced era
Yeah, definitely.
than from what it originally was.
Because the CGI still holds up for the prequels for the
Yeah.
most part.
And what did you guys actually think about the villain supposed to be that old man, that Grand Moff, like it seems to be like he's gonna be the villain. I'm assuming,
interesting.
other than like Darth Vader.
I mean,
Yeah,
how much can you
actually.
say about essentially a screenshot?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, having a main villain, like, you know, that's actually like now force sensitive. Like, think about it.
More of
every
a
villain-
dictator
And
type.
The main
Every
character
villain
she
in-
isn't force sensitive either. Right?
No.
No.
Is anybody force sensitive in this?
Literally
film besides
only
Vader?
Darth Vader, and I predict his scene is just going to be him slaughtering a rebel base. That's probably his scene. And it's going to be terrifying because none of them are force sensitive. They can't defend
That'd be the
themselves.
first one to be a villain. So I mean, I find that to be kind of, you know, historic and sort
That
of
would be
aspect.
terrifying going up against Darth Vader, even with a group of people like,
No.
without any force sensitivity. It'd
How
be like
tall
going up
he
against
is? Yeah.
Jason,
It's going up against Jason, that
like a real scary movie character. I would just run. Like there's nothing else to do, guys. Let's
And
get
then
outta here.
I won't doubt that they're going to try to run, man.
Oh, they will try to run and they
The
will
force,
fail.
the force won't allow them.
If I was like a Jedi, I just like use the Force like to make like debris and like barricade myself away from it. No.
Oh, he'll get in. There's no way to hide.
You can't stop Vader.
He's on the hunt right now.
Hell yeah, but Rogue One's hitting theaters December 16th, and you better believe we're having a
Why so long?
review. I know, but at least we're getting a Star Wars film every year, so...
Yeah.
I'll just freeze myself every year.
Yeah.
So it all leads
New Star Wars, wake up.
The next trailer of the week that we are going to be speaking about is The Bye Bye Man.
Bye-bye.
Because he
Bye-bye.
makes you go bye-bye, I'm guessing.
It sounds like a wrestler sort of thing. Bye-bye.
No, even the Boogeyman from WWE is more creative than this.
No, I mean, all jokes aside, this trailer actually looked kind of interesting and scary. Like, it looks like it's not that bad of a scary movie, but, like, the part where the scary voice says bye-bye.
No, and it also sounded like I mentioned this earlier. It sounded like the Resident Evil 2 like opening
Oh,
was
yeah.
like Resident Evil 2. That was like way
That's true,
back in
it
the
does.
day on the N64.
It also reminded me of the other scary movie. I'm not sure if it was called Mama. Its tagline was a little kid or someone whispering like "Mama," and like it just made me laugh my
Jump scare.
ass off in theaters. Yeah. It was just the same way. Bye bye. It's just so stupid and simple and innocent, but like hilarious. I don't know.
They try to make it so dramatic.
That's basically my whole synopsis right there.
Yeah,
Literally
literally that's all
what
you
we-
need to say for the most part.
When we saw this trailer before Hardcore Henry, I whispered to Apollo and Roger, not even for a triple feature. I don't want to see this movie at
I
all,
don't
man.
want to
I'm not pumped for it.
Like, we won't support them with money, but we don't want to support them with our time of seeing
Yeah.
their
We did that with
movie.
Unfriended, and the only reason that was a fun
Yeah.
experience is because the theater was completely empty, so Roger and I just talked shit throughout the movie.
Throughout the whole
Fuck
movie.
this
It was so stupid.
Never see Unfriended. Don't waste your time.
Well, what did you wish?
Spend time with your children, not Unfriended.
Yeah, right. God.
Or get drunk. And the Bye Bye Man is going to be saying bye bye June 3rd in theaters.
Oh God! Well, this is
and we will not see it. So that's bye bye from this podcast.
I might as well say bye bye from my memory because I'm gonna forget about this in T-5 minutes.
All right, that's enough bye bye jokes. On to the next piece of news.
All right, well,
let's do it.
Apparently, there has been a Killing Joke trailer release that Warner Bros. Is working on. And it's actually rated R, and it's the one that brought Mark Hamill back from retirement. So.
For the third time.
Yeah, for the third or fourth time, yeah. He said that, like, after, like, Arkham City.
He said that after every single Arkham Knight. This is my final time Joker, final time Joker, final time Joker.
Paycheck.
Probably just because every time he says that, his next paycheck gets bigger.
Yeah. Oh,
and the fans like him so much more. Yeah, we want more of that Mark Hamill voice.
And who can blame him? He's like the ideal animated Joker.
Every time I think of the Joker, I mean, Heath Ledger's awesome, but every time I just hear the voice, and that's always Mark Hamill.
Especially because Arkham Asylum is one of my favorite Jokers ever.
Oh yeah, one of the best Joker adaptations. But in the trailer, the very limited exposure I had, the very beginning intro exposure I had to Killing Joke, it looks very much, as you said, Homer, that it seems to be taking off from the comic, like literally page by page.
Page by page. And I think they're adding a little bit in as well to keep it a little
fill
bit
in,
fresh.
yeah, of course, like the fighting animations.
Because it's a really short novel, so to add some stuff to make it full, like, 2-hour movie.
Gotcha.
Hopefully they didn't add garbage.
Yeah, because the original one's really dark, it's really great, and it looks like they took pretty much everything from that book, so I'm really excited. Although the trailer is pretty lame, the music was very
the
lame.
comic book itself was great, and it looks like the movie could be good, but the trailer just sucked. Like, whoever edited it was just wrong.
Like, wasn't like the song like very silent too?
Yeah, it was weird. The song was quiet at parts for no reason, and like the scenes, the way they were edited together in the trailer, they just seemed like out of order and just out of place. Just like something happens, then something else like happens, and people are talking, but there's no context, and you can't hear them. But it's like, who the fuck made this? It's like it seemed like it was made by someone who hadn't seen that movie, who didn't like Batman. I don't know.
Just out of pure vengeful hatred.
Yeah, I really didn't care for the trailer that much. It did show some cool stuff, but that's just because the movie's probably gonna be cool. And the only positive thing I could say about the trailer is that they conserved the Joker. They only had his laugh at the end, so keep him hidden, kind of like
that's very
Rogue
smart.
One did.
Yeah, because they know that those who are already interested in this are already gonna see this anyway, so we don't really have to see too much.
Yeah, and the DC animated movies have been on point so far.
When is this coming out again?
July 2016.
Alright, so pretty cool. Pretty soon.
Excitement,
so that's going to be very cool.
Excitement she wrote. And now we're going to move on over to a Chill Crew double feature review.
Oh mama.
First movie we saw was for Hardcore Henry. The first, well, not the first ever, but one of the first wide release first-person movie. The only other first-person I could think of is Always Sunny's Frank episode, where you live the life as Frank through first person.
That was very different from this movie, though.
The Doom movie with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
But that was just a sequence, though. That wasn't the whole movie.
I know, but it showed like what you can do with like first person. That was really, that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. That's why I kind of could defend it at some points.
All right, fellas. Well, let's start off with some of the pros of the movie. What do you guys like? Personally, I thought the action was really good.
Action was off the chain.
It was visually impressive, honestly, with the whole run. There's a lot of running sequence, a lot of like really cool
chase scenes, and I like the
close combat that seems off the chain in first person view. I only wish that we saw this in 3D.
Dude, yeah, I was thinking that the second we sat down. I was like, we should have fucking
seen
this in 3D.
I agree.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we couldn't see in IMAX because Batman vs Superman had all the screens.
Oh my god!
Bastards.
And no one's going to see them.
It's been weeks. You don't need all of the IMAX.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, based on god, okay.
First weekend, I understand, but now your time is up. Please
but anyways, I thought the soundtrack was pretty cool, although it was kind of similar throughout the movie. Similar, like 80-ish songs. I can't really mellower songs for the chase scenes.
Kind of has like an old retro sort of vibe. I know what you mean. Kind of fits like even the villain based on how funny he was.
I didn't like the villain that
He
much.
was over the top, kind of like retro style too. So I think that was some sort of theme or aspect to the director, some sort of behind it.
One thing that I noticed immediately in this film was that it was not at all what I expected.
Yeah,
and I really
agree.
liked it. Like even with
a
the
different direction.
like with the whole story of it, and with the main villain especially, like he ends up having these crazy powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a really cool movie. One of my favorite scenes is the stealth scene. It was kind of short when we was going through that building. Stealthily.
Yeah, I agree. That was
Reminded me
pretty
of like
cool.
Splinter Cell.
I
or
thought so
something.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I feel like with this first-person view, I wonder if they can integrate VR with theater or something like that. I know it's kind of weird, but I mean, like, or like.
I think it's only a matter of time, actually.
Smooth,
or
my child.
watch certain movies in VR at home.
I think either the next step is you're going to go to theater, you're going to put on virtual reality helmets, or it's going to be like projection type thing.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Ooh,
That's the only way I could see it, or it's like a wild card thing that pops up. Who knows?
someday.
Although the villain Apollo is kind of cool with his whole telekinesis thing, I thought he was really funny just because I thought I couldn't take him seriously at all. No matter how cool they try to make him out to be, I actually felt that the story for the most part was very repetitive, and it didn't know exactly.
Oh yeah, like it kind of felt like a video game because a couple times it's
Just go
keep
here,
redoing
kill
a mission.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
it
in the
kind of
se-
literally felt like one almost, because like you immediately knew who the villain was, quote unquote, because like there was that red logo, and it's just like, wow, I wonder who the evil corporation
Akon
is
or
and where they are.
Akon. It was like that weird corporation bad.
I thought it actually had a lot of good humor moments though. It was actually kind of funny. Like one
I was
part when
gonna
they're
get to that.
approaching Akin's compound, and he just screams, "Akin's a cunt."
yeah.
No, yeah, no. That's true. That
The
was
humor
good.
actually was for hit and miss. There was a couple of jokes that landed, some that were iffy for me, honestly.
And honestly, I couldn't even get into the relationship between the wife and the main character based on
Because there was no relationship.
I know. Well, I mean,
That's the point of the film, Roger.
But I mean, that was the main thing driving the character. So I really didn't really care what he was doing overall, based because he didn't really have a drive. He was just like, oh, I just killed the people that made me.
Yeah, basically. And
So-
I'm not. Am I wrong in this, or what I gathered from this? And this is spoiler heavy, but
Warning.
Henry is the child of the main villain and that lady. Like they're his parents. Because he said something in the beginning, like about very raw materials that he used to make you.
Yeah.
So it's like your type of clone or something.
That part confused me. I'm not really sure, to be honest, Apollo. But the ending, they kind of throw a lot of stuff at you, like when they throw that.
Yeah, you
there's
just
a whole
kind of
assembly line of
hit
them.
with this fucking
Yeah,
ending, and it's just kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah, but then they make it seem, seem like that he's just one sort of mark that's ready to be like obsolete or upgraded. And basically, he was kind of like a prototype to see how he would react based
Yeah.
on this like sort of simulation.
And it was a success, so all the simulations are going to go through the same thing, pretty much.
Well, not anymore. Because
Oh.
they did.
But
Yeah, sure. Well, that was the plan.
with most of the movie just being first-person view, just going like to like 5 or 6 different locations, killing things, and letting your companion dying almost every single time, I felt like the movie got really repetitive. I actually fell asleep a few times while
Oh,
watching
geez.
it. Yeah,
I saw that.
I didn't fall asleep, but
for like
story
for
was
like literally like 45 seconds to like 3 minutes the most every time.
It was longer.
Nah.
personally, I just think I'd rather stick to the video games for me. For one, just for first person.
I agree.
Or if they do like a Mirror's Edge, that'd be interesting. I just think they
Yeah,
should have
we
done
could-
like something
that's-
a little bit more like they try to go a little bit over the top, but just a little bit more over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like a little more insane. Just kind of like that one movie we saw on Netflix, True Blood. Or
I was
what
gonna
it
say
called?
Mirror's Edge can definitely have a foot
True
in the
Cop or
door
whatever.
now because of, especially with how Hardcore Henry was displayed, and it's a cool universe to see too, especially if they make it as colorful as the game makes it out to be.
Using our unique marijuana scale, starting at the bottom, we have resin, which is the stuff you scrape after the bowl. It's the stuff you don't want to
Disgusting
smoke.
black crap.
It'll get you baked for like 5 minutes. Then we got mids, which will get you a decent bake. It's for some people out there, but it definitely has its flaws. You could definitely be...
Mexican brickweed.
Yeah, Mexican brickweed. Then we got Dank. It gets you thoroughly baked. It's an exceptional movie for most people, but had a couple flaws. Or we got Dabs, which is you must run out of this podcast, pause it, go to the movies, come back. Based on that scale, I would give this movie a mids. Solid mids. Just because, like I was saying, I wanted a bit more from the action. It was still cool, but I wanted a bit more.
If I can just interject, sir, just because we had the same grade, I was actually wrote down here, I gave it a mids myself. Just for my personal reasons, I just put that the visuals are awesome to see. Just
and especially in particular this one forest scene when he has the machete, I really liked.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that alone is worthy of seeing it in 3D only.
Yeah, this is a movie you should see in theaters
if you can. But if I wouldn't go see it in theaters if you're gonna see the regular version, I'd rather just wait for it on like Redbox or whatever, however means you get it. Other than like having a really good story and having like a really funny, that good side character that's always around, like with his friend, he's a little bit funny. He has a good of a personality. Other than like having a funny, over the top villain, it kind of, that's like the rest of the 80% of the movie is kind of just clunky. It feels like they didn't really know what to do to fill in the gaps.
I wanted a bigger twist as well.
And I kind of saw the twist coming. I was like, this is all simulation. I even whispered to you guys. I was like, this is my theory, and it turned out true.
I would personally give it a dank because the action was off the chain. It was kind of comedic. It was worth watching, but the story definitely could use some work.
Yeah, no, it has potential. I'm definitely down like to see if like the studio can make something different, like a different like IP. You know, have a different story going on instead of just Hardcore Henry.
Yeah, and I gotta say, maybe I'm kind of spoiled because I'm used to seeing gameplay from like Mirror's Edge where the lighting is just off the charts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we could just be a little bit spoiled in that. Based on the technology we have, like I thought they were just gonna be using like GoPro sort of style, but this is definitely way more advanced based on what they have. It's pretty cool.
The next movie that we saw in theaters was called Demolition, starring Jake Gyllenhaal.
The Great.
And let me tell you, I'm usually a huge fan of Jake Gyllenhaal and Jake Gyllenhaal movies and accessories, but let me tell you, they really fucking screwed the pooch on this one.
Did Jake Gyllenhaal screw the pooch?
Oh, absolutely not. He did a great job.
Okay.
He acted his ass off, but...
I agree.
I mean, talk about underutilization of a possibly great story and, like, great actors. Just, I mean, the story was just weird, and there seemed to be...
Too random.
It was random and went all over the place, and then by the end, there was no catharsis. There was no, like, ending speech by the main character in his head, tying everything together and like making you feel good inside,
or based on like how he feels at the end. Yeah,
or like teaching a good lesson. It just, like, earlier in the movie you talked about how fun it was as a kid to like run with the other kids and like see if you're the fastest, and then it just ends with him sprinting by a bunch of kids and like it's just so cheesy, pause in midair.
Well,
it was so cheesy, the ending. Well, oh my god.
The main plot line of, him trying to...
That movie demolished my life.
Like, the whole point of, like, Demolition, man. Like, I mean, like, with the title, at least, Demolition. Like, the whole point of him is, like, trying to find his reason why... what he feels with himself. Why he doesn't, like, why the way he is. Why does he not feel sorrow for the death of his, girlfriend? Yeah, it was his girlfriend. It wasn't fiance. No.
I think it was fiance.
I thought it was his wife.
Or probably straight up wife.
It was
his wife.
It was?
Crackheads, yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry,
yeah, actually, because there's a specific scene. Why did you get married?
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm a jackass.
No, keep going.
Which was like the first half of the movie. Him like trying to figure out, like getting real sad, trying to figure out like...
demolishing his old life.
Yeah, trying to reconstruct things because he's not really a good engineer. But the second half, like after that, when he tries to get involved into a second relationship with another family... with his weird, estranged girlfriend thing.
Which I thought the relationship was so cheesy and forced. Because I thought they were going to go like a American Psycho, like, with it at first. I thought the woman wasn't real, but she was. Because she's calling him at 2 a.m., doing some really unrealistic behavior.
Yeah.
And saying some very vague things on the phone. I thought it was like, oh, this is like a fake phone call. He's just imagining this.
Yeah. It actually reminded me of Firewatch, this indie game that came out recently that I got, because it involves like communicating with someone based on like phone or like using letters and stuff like that. How, you know, social communication, sort of like that, developing a sort of relationship like that. I thought it was gonna go that route, but then it doesn't. It could have gone there, but instead, like, they awkwardly meet at a train where she's stalking him.
Leaves her address on a phone book or something?
Yeah.
Or a magazine, I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot of stalking going on, especially, and the station.
And she has a boyfriend for some reason. And everything was just so weird and forced.
I was gonna say, and Jake Gyllenhaal just living in the house with that kid. Like, does he understand what's gonna do with the kid's mind? Seems just like a random guy living in the house. Oh. You know, and the second half of the movie, it kind of showcases all the other side characters for the most part, which is like the other half, like Karen's family, and the only other like really good side character that they show is really her son. It seemed forced, like, and out of nowhere, like they try to fill in the gaps more of like what's going on in Jake Gyllenhaal's head. I felt like they could have done better on like and focused more on like him trying to figure out why he has these like basically sociopathic thoughts. He
was starting off like a sociopath, and he learns nothing.
Jake Gyllenhaal plays sociopathic hate people all the time. Like, it seems.
It doesn't really seem like he learned anything, or like the movie had a point. It just kind of happened to me.
And he just has a happy ending.
Well, he does cry at the very end. God, I don't know. I thought they could.
He finally gets feelings.
But I felt like he could have gone home more about it. I don't know.
They had a whole lot more to work with, and they just... Yeah. They could have swung for the fences, and instead they just, like, bunted it. They bunted this shit, man.
I was excited for Gyllenhaal doing an indie movie from Searchlight Studios, but I can make a better indie movie with my phone. That makes more sense, and it has more meaning behind it. So, on our marijuana scale, I'd have to give this a mids minus. The only reason, just because I only like the first eighth of the movie.
Oh yeah, I like the one weird part in the beginning, how it brings up that old YouTube video with the guy tripping on acid and the lizard. Not my chair, my problem.
Yeah. That was cool, and that just was for no reason. I thought that was gonna that was hinting at his insanity or something.
No.
Nope, nothing.
And just for the record, I also gave it a mids minus. I wrote it down here, you fucker. You couldn't tell my fucking words. But I already explained most of my reasons to it. I don't feel like going back.
This shit was resin. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't want to see this movie again.
Yeah, I'll never see it again.
I like the first eighth, like you said. Yeah, I was going to say, I have no reason to go back and see this.
I'm not sorry I witnessed it the first time, but I will never see it again.
Yeah, because the beginning had me on my toes because I thought I was going to go somewhere, but it just went weird. It just went to a strange...
Dude, it was like a roller coaster ride, and the whole ride was just getting lifted to the top, and then it was over. Yeah. And then you just
slowly let back down.
Yeah, then you're slowly... No, there's no going down. You're already there.
You're stuck there forever. Time to ride away on a roller coaster.
Climax? No? Okay, off the roller coasters.
God damn it. Next up, we got... movie-related news going with Kingsman 2 poster being leaked online, which kind of hints that maybe what the Kingsman 2 story might focus on, or at least a little bit more, and it kind of hints that there might have a spoiler that...
It doesn't really hint towards the storyline at all. It hints towards the guy being alive.
Well, yeah, but that's huge to the storyline because you don't expect him... Before this, you didn't expect him to be alive at this point, so you didn't know where the storyline was really going to go, and now you have a little bit more if he is alive.
I just hope they do a really good job explaining it, because he was just blasted in the face in the first one.
Yeah, he was shot like a motherfucker.
It showed on the poster his glasses with like one of the lenses missing, right? My guess is there's going to be some explanation. Oh, it was like bulletproof, some type of crazy fucking glasses, because
it was a hologram.
They had everything, those dang Kingsmen, so... He could have possibly survived somehow with like some type of like facial damage. Like maybe he wears an eye patch now. And that'll look cool.
That would be cool. And I guess they won't make the same mistake that Kick-Ass 2 made by ditching Big Daddy.
Yeah, ditching the main bad guy that got the main character involved in the organization.
I have a problem with this though, just because you don't know who who's dead now. Like, for all you know, Samuel L. Jackson could be alive.
Oh no, he did.
No,
no Lazarus Pit for him.
No. How is anyone else alive? No.
Only the Kingsman could do this. Cough.
I know.
Michael Caine
I know
alive?
that this is like a slightly over the top movie, but I was kind of hoping that, you know, when people die, they stay dead. Like, I hate that superhero mentality of like, oh no.
Usually, Roger, I would agree the fuck out of you, but
yeah.
Like, I just love his character so much.
But you did make a good point with the kick-ass thing. I do understand. I feel like
I was Homer.
No, you agree. Oh, I thought you brought it up. Never mind, my bad. Well, you all mentioned, you know, killing off Nicolas Cage in Kick-Ass 1. I feel like everyone would love to see him in Kick-Ass 2. If Jim Carrey wasn't even going to be in it half the movie, like, it would have been nice to have Nicolas Cage to fall back on to carry the movie, and maybe Kick-Ass 2 would have had a better rating, in my opinion.
You see his picture, which I really want to have on my wall, like, of Nick Cage. That's like the best picture ever.
That's all enough said. Overall, I feel like they could have saved not showing this poster. I feel like it wasn't necessary at all. I
kind of disagree. I think it was, because everyone loves that character, and it brings fans back for the second one, man.
I would give this poster a wax rating.
We're waiting, poster. Time for our next piece of movie news. We're moving on over to another sequel, John Wick 2.
Excitement, she wrote.
And we have some...
I'm a little bit afraid to hear this news.
No spoilers here, actually.
Oh, okay, very good.
We just have some tidbits on the story. Basically, we're going to get some more info on the Continental, the hotel from the first one. Basically, the rule of the hotel is you couldn't assassinate anyone in it because everyone there is pretty much an assassin. So that's pretty fascinating. They're bringing that back. 2, this time, we're going to see John Wick go to Italy, take on some Italian mobs.
Cool. That'd be cool.
So far, we don't know the reasoning. I still predict they're going to kill his ant farm.
No. Does he get an ant farm at the very end? Are you kidding?
No, I was just kidding.
Damn it! I thought
he has to get something to replace this sweet little puppy, though.
Oh no! That's the only way the movie could be good.
I would have shit myself.
John Wick 1. I don't know if either of you have testicles, but I personally fucking loved John Wick.
I probably would love it if I didn't fall asleep during the triple feature I saw.
Okay. So you didn't love it. So you admit that you hated it, Roger.
It was the third
on record.
Bitch. Well, it was a fantastic film, and I'm super excited for
As I recall, Homer fell asleep too.
Yeah, but I rewatched it.
Yeah, you're a bitch.
Yeah, hopefully they go crazy with the soundtrack again. Good casting. I love how he's the type of character where he's almost just an absolute tank. Like, you literally, in your mind, just think, nothing will stop this man.
Is he just
I don't care who the villain's going to be.
He just takes a lot of punishment.
Keanu Reeves has already won. He's going to find them somehow.
That's
the Liam Neeson effect in Taken 1.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're going to get that over-the-top action, which the director's called Gung Fu.
Damn. You can tell that Keanu Reeves has real, actual tactical experience because he fucking handles those weapons well. Even in acting.
It's actually kind of good too because he also has a really sad upbringing, if I recall, so it kind of makes it even cooler.
Who doesn't in films like that?
Yeah, true.
Well, that'll do it for this week's episode. Thank you all for listening. Stay tuned for next week. We're going to have a bunch more reviews for this April Review Palooza. We're going to have 11/22/63. We're going to have Final Fantasy 15 demo. All that good stuff. So stay tuned. And we are currently working on stonerman.com. So that's coming soon. It's going to be way better than stonerman.net. So it'll be worth the wait. And as always, stay lifted, my friends.
Good night, America. Turn on your alarm clocks and...
Vomit.
I can't think of anything else right now. Okay?
No,
don't expect everything I say to be gold. Go to Roger.
Have a good night, everyone, and always remember, may the force be with you. Always.
Forever.
Forever.
And ever.
You ready, Homer?
Oh, I'm ready.
Ooh.
Dab, 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 dab. Yeah!
Go!
Crowd cheers. Bitch.
I feel like The Undertaker is just about to walk in any moment.